straight from the Automotive Industry Event of the Year, NADA 2025. Chicks in Charge and Authenticom are bringing you the biggest names in automotive. From industry disruptors to game-changing innovators, we're getting the inside scoop on what's next for the auto world. This is where leaders talk and the future takes shape. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, live here at NADA at the Authenticom booth. And speaking of both of those names, I have some fellows in charge too. Mike Stanton, you are the CEO and president of NADA. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And Steve, we saw you earlier, but we're happy to have you back. Steve Cottrell with Authenticom. Hello.
It's a repeat. Thanks for having me.
He just really wanted to talk to me. I'm kidding.
Oh, you sniffed out the bromance.
Okay, I did.
It's been a long bromance. Long term.
Wow, you're giving away all my secrets today.
So really quick before we dive in, this event has been one for the history of it. So
a lot of stories, yes.
Yeah, so New Orleans, as we're flying in and preparing for travel this week, huge snowstorm, unlike anything they've had in 100 years, 8 to 10 inches of snow in some areas, airport completely closed, people's flights canceled, and you're left with, oh my God, all these people have paid money to be here, and I've got to figure out what to do. Like, what has been your thought process? What's kind of keeping you calm?
Why are you laughing? The thought process was really that people are going to show up. We never thought of canceling. It was just how do we rearrange the schedule so that the people that get here, and 73% as of this morning that wanted to be here have shown up. They picked up their credentials. So we're hoping to get 75, 80%. Was let's give these users the best experience possible. Let's make sure that the whole buffet of NADA is available to them. And yesterday was good. Today seems like a great day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's the marching band that's been going through, and it's been a different one every time. Like, we had the kids band today and the dancers yesterday. I mean, it's lively in here. And you would think, like, after everything everybody had to go through with, most of us had to end up driving from somewhere. Fly into a closed airport and then drive in the rest of the way. You think everybody would be tired and beat down. It seemed with energized.
Well, there's a lot of one-upsmanship going on, right? You get a group of 5 or 6 people, and then one starts, and then listen to what I had to do, and listen to what I had to do. It's kind of a badge of honor here, and it just demonstrates I said craziness. It's not craziness. It's the commitment and the passion. People love this industry. And the NADA show, it is the industry event of the year where we bring everybody together. Yeah. And we're just so fortunate and blessed to have people so dedicated to making this happen. It's one of those real deals where, hey, we're all in this together. It takes all of us to make this thing work.
Yeah, it's like you said, you're posting today, the spirit of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And everybody's wanting to be better. And I think everybody's coming into the event with that level of energy and with that level of, you know what, this is how we're tackling 2025. You know what, it may have been a blizzard out there, but it's not stopping us. We're going to slip and slide on the ice coming in, but we're going to come in.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. The people that made it here, they want to be here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it.
No doubt whatsoever. And Steve, you know, you guys had some issues too. You guys had half the people who were supposed to be here not make it because of the flight issues. But you know what? Y'all pulled it together.
You know, when you got the A team, it doesnment matter if you bring 50% of the staff. You figure out how to pull it through, just like Mike and his team did, and so many others did here. And you know, I think it's been good. It's been a different vibe. You know, it's been a little bit more intimate. Honestly.
Intimate's the word I've been using.
Yeah.
We've all had a similar experience. We can all connect on something.
Okay, I'm gonna be the first on record. I think that you got something here. I think what you might want to do is start thinking about regional events, smaller in scope.
I'm kind of an expert.
Multiple venues.
Well,
I've kind of got a lot on my plate right now.
Maybe we're going to focus on today and tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we're going to get back and we're going to figure out what we could have done better. And then we'll take a look at your latest and greatest. maybe not greatest suggestion.
Thanks, Mike. You know me. I'm always good for a wild idea.
Yeah.
You guys,
Speaking of wild ideas,
yeah, so I was
Here we
about to
go.
say, you guys have some crazy chemistry, and you and I were talking about your guys' relationship earlier. Now that he's here, you can now be a part of the conversation. But you said that you guys have been working on some stuff for like 12 years, that you had thought up, dreamed up, and brought him into the loop on, and he was the guy who believed in your dream. And now we're here, 12 years later, at NADA 2025. And you have the first product that has the NADA stamp approval. What was the process that it took to get you?
Steve is a very patient man. For those of you that don't think of him that way, that's the way I think of him.
Yeah?
Steve, it's your story to tell. Go ahead.
well, thanks. In the infancy of Dealer Vault, we knew that Dealer Vault was absolutely the right thing for dealers.
Yeah.
Okay, and we knew that the greatest advocate and the greatest ally, that the dealers had at that point in time was NADA.
Yeah.
So why go anywhere else?
Yeah.
So we showed up, with our video deck, our presentation, and we pitched hard to NADA. At that point in time, Mike was in charge of the guidebook business.
Yep.
And being a data guy, he was like, over in the wings of all the C-suite guys, and he was cheering. And the rest of the folks, the accountants and the lawyers, they were kind of like, this is interesting. It sounds great. What's the risk? And it took a little while to get past that. And then Mike came back, as the COO.
That's right.
We started talking again. And then as the CEO, Mike let me know that one of the top 3 initiatives that he had for 2024 was dealer data.
Yeah.
And we started talking about how NativeVault could become part of that vision that Mike had for NADA and for the dealers, and what we had at Authenticom for the dealers and Motive. And there was just a tremendous synergy there, and fortunately by a lot of hard work and the grace of God, we pulled it together.
Yeah. I mean, I was just so bought in to the vision, and I knew that it was within NADA's kind of core mission of advocacy and education for dealers, but I was having a tough time selling that whole data is part of it. And
Because it took until we had the scare that people started taking it seriously.
no, it took until I got into this job.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to keep climbing the ladder until I can find someone who says yes, even if that guy's me.
Because it's not a data project from my perspective. I mean, to me, customers want good product, great product. They want a great customer experience.
Right.
And if the data doesn't move the way it should, it holds us back.
Yeah.
So this is a very important step that Steve made, and we're hoping to help turbocharge it a little bit, and then do some more things so that the data is working in a way that we can continue to get better with the customer experience.
Right.
Because we got to do that. I mean, we always got to get better. The customer demands more, and we've got to, yeah, exactly.
Mike, I heard it said earlier today that somebody was telling a story, okay, that 3 years ago when they were at NADA, everybody was talking about CDP.
That's right.
Okay, last year there was a few people that had a CDP product. Okay, last year everybody was talking about AI. This year there's AI products, including Techions. Okay, they've announced a very, very exciting product today as well. But what you get and what gives me great pride is that none of that works or goes anywhere without data.
That's right.
And this is the oil, this is the fuel that drives the technology and the innovation of this industry. And I think that, as we educate people towards that, it really is going to enable, innovation and transformation.
Yeah, and that's where we need to go. I mean, people think of NADA as this big show, and we're taking, we took your money to be here, Steve. But we need this whole exhibit community.
Wait a second, did you say my money?
Well, I don't know. It was money. I assume it was your money.
Okay, all right.
We didn't give this away, did we?
No, you
Okay,
did not.
Good, good. If we did, don't let it get out. No, it really is a three-legged stool. Car company, exhibitors, and of course dealers. We got to work together.
Yeah. It's funny, there's a conversation on Clubhouse, I want to say it was probably about a year ago, where, somebody was just slamming setups. We're like, oh, I'm so tired of it. It's like a thing.
It's a good point.
You sell cars.
Yep.
And you're getting to be a part of that stigma of, oh my god, I can't stand the party. Let's just replace the word as a sentence. But you are one and the same. It's you can't do anything you do without at least one business. Unless you were gonna go buy your own car, stand on the street and sell them. Either way, you're going to need to process and pay for it. Everything in your dealership you're giving
Well, and competition drives the innovation that we need, and this is competition.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can be brutal out there on the floor.
Yeah, and it's lively, and even the people I've talked to today, I think 2 or 3 of them do pretty similar things. I'm like, all right, what are you doing better than the other guy?
But one thing we learned, you don't put competitors too close to each other. You learn from your mistakes.
Well, I'm sure there's a story there, but we'll leave that for another.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I gotta, keep the secret secret. Yeah.
So we're going into 2025. You guys have this brand new partnership that is huge. The least product that you guys have ever just straight up the doors. First off, my question is: do you expect a whole lot more companies to be like, "Hey, my turn," knock on the door, wanting that?
No, not really. This is a special situation. We're not in the endorsement business. We just don't do that.
Yeah.
We will do sponsorships. But we don't even do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So we don't need to. We need to focus on the dealer and what's important to move their business forward.
Yeah, and that makes this even more special.
Yeah. Steve may disagree, but I've always told him money's not that important to the NADA when it came to this this initiative.
You're right. I might disagree.
We'll see. I think long term, it's you're going to be happy, Steve. We just got to get the ball rolling a little faster.
So what does this year look like? So the first full year of beta molding system, and this partnership growing, and
Well, my commitment, we've got to do a better job. This thing, I understand it. Certainly, Steve and a couple of the guys on the team, but we've got to cascade this understanding to our academy instructors, to our 20 group consultants. And those are the folks that are talking, to dealers every single day. So we got to do a better job of that. We got to get them comfortable. So if you're not comfortable with something, you don't feel good about sharing it with with our dealers who they trust us. So we got to make sure they continue to trust us.
I've got a little different take on it. I mean, I agree with you. We want all of that. We don't need all of that. But if we even take it up a level, I mean, what are we really committed to? Okay, we're committed to serving the industry, and we're committed to, I like to say freeing the data. Okay, but we're committed to safe, reliable, controllable, scalable movement of data that is clean, that powers innovation and technology, so vendors can do a better job for dealers can do a better job for customers, OEMs can understand their place in the pie and how they fit in, and just really turbocharging what has been perhaps a little repressed.
Well, as usual, we agree. I was just focused on the dealer piece, and Steve was focused on the vendor piece. Yeah,
but I think there's more. I think NADA is obviously a huge part of this. And I think that, we're fortunate enough to play our role in it, but I think that there are so many other players that can come together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In this
Big Tent
thing. Yeah,
for sure.
It is a big tent. And the nice thing is that we got big tent players, that are big tent thinkers, that are not, necessarily motivated just by what's in it, for them.
Right.
So, obviously we've got to get on the other side of this. The other side is trying to
Thank you.
Automotive conferences. So, we've had this theme the last 2 years where you guys are going to follow this around the country. Are you following that for next year?
No, it's I get asked all the time.
It's a weird thing.
You know, what are you guys doing? What are you thinking? There are so many factors that go into putting on an event that's 20 to 25,000 people.
Yeah, city infrastructure alone.
Yeah, there are only a few cities that we can go to, and this is going to sound funny, that are warm this time of year and that could accommodate us.
I know that was the plan with coming here.
That was once in 130 years. It was this snowfall. What we are moving toward, and it's not going to, next year we're going to be in February in Las Vegas. We are tentatively booked 15 years out for this show. That's how far out you have to go. Where we will land is the first week of March, and we are moving eventually to a during the week versus over the weekend footprint. Generally,
One location for 50 years.
no. Generally speaking, and it's going to vary a bit, we try and be in Las Vegas every other year. And then we've got Orlando coming up. That's and I'll just leave it at that. We got Orlando coming up, and then we've got Dallas kind of feathered in. New Orleans, we're still committed to, but we'll also be in Vegas, and we'll have to get back and evaluate too. This is ultimately, I'm the CEO of NADA, which just means I have 65 bosses. That's our board of directors, and we are dealer driven, and whatever the board decides they want to do going forward, that's what we're going to do.
Well, and I mean, you're strong. Like, you can throw all the obstacles through your face and you'll still find a way to power through. I mean, I know there was some that even today I had one of my guests that was like, I tried flying in last night and still could not get in. All the rescheduled flights got backed up. And so, they're still trying to get it. I have an idea, even though it means only half a day of the event.
Yeah.
They still want to do their thing. And so imperative. I mean, it keeps refueling our batteries and pushes us forward. And so I think no matter what you guys do, that's the fact that you have that spirit through all of this. And let's keep going, let's push, let's have a great event in spite of everything. And honestly, most of the time I don't not even have it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Mike brought up a really, really important point, and I want to expand on that and also acknowledge the folks from your dealer council. Okay, we kid about how long we worked on this. Okay,
Yes.
and we make it sound like it was you and I. That's not the case.
No,
there
no.
were so many people that
Yeah.
were involved. Okay, from the dealer data committee, onto the executive board,
Yes.
and then the NADA board as a whole was very much involved in this. So this isn't something that Stephen Stanton cooked up in the back kitchen. Okay, this was a very, very thought out process. And again, the fundamental driver of this is what's good for the industry.
Yes.
And when we've got a dealer board, okay, and an NADA leadership that is really focused, like this group has been focused, we can do really, really fantastic things. And that's what energizes me. Not just about this relationship, but about the direction that it represents.
Yes. Yeah. Good for the dealer, good for the industry, for sure.
Amen.
So what does NADA have to what do you guys do?
Oh gosh, there's always a list. The list is, we're pretty optimistic. The new administration, we've been living under this industry has of a government that's telling us what to sell in terms of EV mandates, and then how to sell it in terms of the vehicle shopping rule that the FTC has had. And we're challenging that. And we're hoping, and look, it's not going to happen right away, but we're hoping that the mandates get knocked out, that the waiver gets knocked out, and that we can actually move, and our car companies can move in a way that the customer wants. I mean, that's what we used to be all about. So that, to me, that's where the optimism's coming from. We think we do 16 plus new this year, but there are a lot of challenges out there. I mean, what VW is doing and Honda is doing and attempting to have a sub-brand, sell direct to consumer and compete with their dealers is unacceptable, and we will challenge it legally. I mean, you try dialogue, then you try complaining in public, but eventually you have to go the legal route. So we're there. So it's the federal government. It's also working with Congress, working with the states. We have wonderful partnerships across the country with our state and metro trade associations. If we're all rowing in the same direction, we are a force to be reckoned with, and we are right now, and that's exciting. We're really excited.
When you get everybody back to the amped up, ready to go around taking this. I will say that consistently through all the interviews I've done in the last 2 days, if I had to pull their words out, it would be resilient, pivotal, and unstoppable. You cannot stop this business. If they get their mindset on something, or once they're determined that I'm going to turn this business around, and even proactivity, like that's something that everybody's pushing. Everybody is ready to take control of this year. There's a new energy in the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, that is driving people. That they're tired of the excuses. Whether it's the administration, it was code, it was the inventory, it was the staffing, whatever the problems have been, everybody's so sick and tired of the excuses of why we can't make it work. And they're like, nope, I'm taking control of everything. I'm taking control of my data. I'm taking control of my CRM, of everything that I have going on. And I'm done being failures. And I'm going to make this.
It's to sum up what you just said, because it's what I've been hearing: offense versus defense.
Exactly. And blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
I think 3 separate people have said blocking and tackling. I'm like, oh, this one's
Yeah.
and I have to interview an NFL player today, so I'm on a good football train right now. But no, it 100% is offense and defense, and I think.
Oh no, I meant offense instead of defense.
Oh.
We're on offense.
Yeah, no, we've been defense for the last 4 years.
Exactly.
And we've got to get back on the offense. Remember how we do everything, and it goes back to you can't sit back in your chair and just kind of wait for things to happen. You have to do this.
That's been our theme. Make it happen. This show.
So, look at me. I haven't left this chair in the house. So we're doing good. You know what? This was a really great event, despite everything that could have happened. Possibly happened, and I think it just goes to show you the support that you have in this industry and the good things that you guys are doing for your dealers. And
It's our responsibility.
yeah, and it turned out amazing. I came in this place. We got here Thursday night and dropped off our equipment, and I mean over half of it was like there wasn't anything. There was empty space.
It was cold in here.
Yeah.
I felt bad for the exhibitors setting up. The doors were all open. They had to be. It was freezing.
Oh, it was. And so we came back the next morning, yesterday morning, to start beginning on everything. And the fact of how much I know people are probably working here all night long, overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Getting these booths put together. And I mean, shout out to them, because I don't think they're getting enough love and support right now, but shout out to everybody who still made this damn thing happen, and you guys for changing the schedule and accommodating everybody and remembering to always put everybody first. Like that will be remembered, because I know there's other conferences.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Guys, it was so amazing getting to talk to you today. Thank you so much. I love what you're doing in Sandoval, and I can't wait to tell every dealer I know about it, because they need to know about it.
Good.
And I really hope that this continues to grow for you guys, and that it's worked with you awesomely. I hope you guys have a great rest of the show, and we get to absolutely feel it out there. And I can't wait to see where NADA is happening next year. Oh, I know it's big.
It's Vegas next
Very
year.
Vegas.
Yes.
You won't tell me.
Mike, thanks so much for taking the time.
Oh,
Really
you're very
appreciate it.
welcome. I'm glad you guys included me.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys, we're wrapping it up. Any questions you have for us, feel free to submit them. But other than that, we're out. Bye. Have a good day.
This episode is brought to you by Authenticom, the business behind the automotive business. And this is Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us grow. Rate and review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.